Okay, all right, guys, welcome to the second tutorial. um this is the Python guy from Codeside Academy. Okay, in this one, what we're going to be doing in this one is Python Hello World app. Okay, in the world of programming, the first script or the first program you're ever going to write in, even if it's HTML, is always going to be referred to as your Hello World app. I remember when I wrote my Hello World application in Python. This is always the step. All right, this is very important for you, every one of us that is just beginning with Python. Don't say it's too basic, just stick by it. It only shows you how Python works. But I also want to get you familiarized with the Python built-in text editor and the interpreter. Okay, without any further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, as I've said before in my previous tutorial, check out the courses that we have here. All right, they will do you of really good. Okay, but if you are new to Python, all right, this might not be difficult for you to take on. But if you're absolute beginner, all right, I would like you to stick with this, with Python programming, raw programming. Then when you are quite good, familiar with what we call modular programming, you now move to frameworks. All right, okay, so that's that. All right, so without wasting of time, let's check out for Python. Okay, so we are working with Python 3.7 IDLE. All right, so this is it right here. I actually want us to concentrate there. All right, so this is the Python interpreter, as I've told you about. Okay, so here you can't write much code here. Okay, you have to launch your text editor. So all these are built in with Python installer. Once you are installing, all these things actually install automatically. So try and access it the way I'm accessing it right here. You see this. Okay, forget about the background color, as maybe this is actually more friendly to my eye. That's that. So click on files. Once you click on file, file, then click on new file. So this new file will launch a new text editor for you, but it's going to have a title. It's going to be saying it's untitled. Yeah, that's because you've not saved it. Sure. So once you save it, it's not going to be showing untitled anymore. Okay, so that is that. Now this is the Python text editor. Okay, I am not saying you shouldn't use text editor of your choice, but do you know that this actually has a lot of benefit, which you are going to be seeing as we continue with this tutorial. Okay, so but here what we are doing today is your Hello World app. I hope that is clear. Sure, I think it is. All right, so what does Hello World mean? Basically, Hello World simply means the program that you write that is able to print Hello World on your interpreter. All right, Hello World to interpreter. Okay, so if I do this now, Hello World. Okay, so once I run this, if this is able to execute on my interpreter here, then I've written my Hello World. Simple. And guess what? You are your way to be a Python programmer. Okay, but this don't just work like that. Let's see how this will work on the text editor here. Once you finish typing your program codes, you are going to need to run it, because I said it before, this is not going to execute until you are finished typing. So let's assume this is all the codes I need for my entire program. I wish. Okay, let's assume this is all the codes I need to write for this entire program, and I feel I'm done. I'm going to have to execute this. So the approach is for you to click on run on the text editor, click on run, then click on this. Now it's going to tell you that the source must be safe, of course, yes or okay. So once you click on okay, now it's going to be taking you to the location where Python is installed. The location where Python is installed, that is where it's going to be taking you to. All right, so it's going to intend saving there by default. All right, yeah. Now I really don't want to save here, because if I ever need to access my file, it's going to be a long way for me, and for beginners as well. I also want you to stick by what I want to show you. Okay, so instead I'll go to my desktop where I'm going to be keeping all these course files. I'm going to make a new folder. I'll call it I think it's here now, new folder. Right, so this new folder, I'm going to call it uh, Python beginners tutorial. All right, so that is where I'm going to be saving all my files. Okay, yeah. So come back to my text editor right here. I'm going to click on run again. You don't have to actually click on run before you could save. Before you can save, you can actually go to file and save from here. Sure. Now it will bring up this place again, but I said I don't want to save in there. You go to desktop. Once you go to desktop, what's the name of that folder? We call it Python for beginners. Okay, Python beginners tutorial. So open this, then save this. Okay, we are going to be calling this hello.py. Now what the heck does this tells you? Okay, every file that your system is going to be friendly with are going to have type. Okay, they're going to have type. Right, if you are seeing save as type here, right, it's already identifying it as a Python file. That is to say, if I just save it as a hello, it will actually save as a Python file. But to be on the safe side, I'm going to add this, no cause for alarm. Okay, so this .py actually identify it as a Python file. Is that clear? So whenever I'm executing this, it's going to execute smoothly as a Python file. File type, of course, you might be aware. Take for instance your image files. Right, you have different types of image file: your JPEG, your GIF, then your PNGs, and what have you. Your audio files, your video files, they all have their file type with an extension that is similar to .mp4, .mp3. But for Python, you have it as .py. Okay, the way you have .cpp, .c, like that. So this is that for this. Okay, so whenever you are saving any Python file, be sure that you save it with an extension of py. Okay, is important. Okay, to be on the safe side. Why am I saying this? Why is this important? If I take away this now, all right, and I save this as all files, do you see where the problem is going? And I don't know the system, the machine you are using, it could happen to you. So leave it as this, as is. But to be on the safe side, just put .py, no cause for alarm. Click on save, then your file is saved where it is. Okay, so when you now come back here now to click on run, here it's going to execute. All right, it's going to execute. Now once your program finishes executing, it's going to bring back this prompt like I've explained before. It shows that your interpreter is ready and listening, waiting for another command. Okay, if at any point I have issue coding here and I want a fast result, I can actually come here. What the heck? I mean, how can't you tell me that this? All right, loss. Right, so you see that. So I need fast interpretation of code. I could actually run it like this, and that will work perfectly. Sure. So this is your Hello World app. You successfully did it. Okay, but now what will happen? Let's say I want to run this on my CMD, on computer cmd. Okay, I'm going to have to go to where this file is, right? So I might have to keep this away because you actually need to get comfortable with computer with your cmd command prompt. Okay, so let's not bring that in, but for now just stick by the IDLE and your text editor is fine. But what I want to show you in the IDLE is this, because this is your Hello World app and getting introduced to the Python IDLE. Okay, if you go to this place, Windows, if you go to this place, Windows help, right, you can access it from here, you can also access it from here. Okay, so I want to show you something very funny. If you go to this place and you go to Turtle Demos, right, once you click on Turtle Demos, it's going to launch this big, let's see, big now, it's going to launch this box for you. Okay, so click on examples. Once you click on example, let's take one now for start. Go to let me see, I'm looking for a particular one there, forest. Yeah, once you click on forest, all right, this is actually a code that is being written by the Python community and is embedded in the Python text editor. If you ever need something like this, feel free and make use of it. It's still part of the open source. Okay, so if you have this now, you have this code. You saw the way I go about it. Don't worry, I'll demonstrate it again. Now you click on start. Once you click on start, voila, what do you have? All right, this is the Python graphics. Okay, and it this whole code is executed for a period of 1.81 milliseconds. All right, 1.81 milliseconds. That's what it took this entire code to run. That's fast, if you ask me. Okay, so this is it. This is Python. They are using Python graphics module. Okay, this particular one right here with a bit of delay to execute this. Okay, so that's what I want to show you. Click on stop, right, click on clear, go back to examples. Now let's take a look at color mixer. If you take a look at color mixer, click on start. All right, see what is happening here. All right, so let's assume you are good with RGB, or what color can you generate from? Okay, let's try and achieve this type of color. Okay, all right, am I getting it as well? Yeah, see, is it blending in? I think I need some green. Yeah, you see that? I'm actually achieving this. I'm actually trying to achieve this color already. You see, I'm actually trying to achieve this background color. I'm trying to achieve this background color. You see, anyway, not much of it, but now I just want you to know that you have something like this built in the IDLE itself. If you ever want to make use of anything, let's see. These are all codes. Okay, start. You see, all right, so these are built-in code. This is actually the Turtle module doing this now. All right, this is the Turtle module doing this. If you ever need to make use of these codes, they are there for you to make use of for your own usage. You don't have to pay anybody to do this. I actually give a thumbs up for the Python community for putting this idea, because they could really be helpful at times. All right, so that's that, guys. Get used to the Python IDLE and make sure you use it to your own good. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. In the next one, we are going to be jumping into variables.